ready to go down and get some audiobook corrections down. I had a thought, and I thought it would fit perfectly into today's Motivational Monday. So, we all hear people talking about how to deal with fear, how fear is not real. Fear is what's the acronym? Uh, False evidence appearing real, or something like that. You've heard that. And we talk about conquering fear. We talking about getting over fear, fighting through fear. All these different things about how to deal with fear, as if we all have the same capacities, as if we all have the same capabilities of dealing with things. I'm letting the dogs out. We hear all this stuff about fear. No fear. Conquer your fear. Overcome your fear. Fear is not real. Well, I heard something. I wish I could remember where I heard it from, but I think it was on the Ultimate Beastmaster. I think it was someone on the Ultimate Beastmaster, but he said something along the lines. But what I pulled out of it, he was giving a speech. I think he won or lost. I can't remember, but he said, "Stow your fear. Stow it. Stow your fear. Like stow it away. Just stow it." And I was like, that's the perfect way of putting it, because think about it. Sometimes once you get out of denial, you can deal with things. Once you get out of denial, you can deal with things better. So instead of trying to waste your time fighting this fear, trying to overcome this fear, putting all this effort into a battle, how about just putting that fear in your back pocket? It's going to be there. Just let it hang out. Let it hang out right there in the background and say, "Okay, fear, I'm going to do this, and I'll come back to you later." This thing, okay, I know I'm afraid. I have some fear about this, but I'm going to just go ahead and do it. And I'm just going to tuck this fear about it away until I'm ready to deal with it. And I find myself doing that a lot of time. Like, I don't know if it comes with age. I don't know what it comes from. I don't know if it's something like you just get tired of fighting. You just give in, but don't give in to the fear. Just give in to your passion for wanting to do something. Give in to that. Let that overcome, and let that outweigh the fear without even battling. You don't have to do anything to the fear. Your passion for doing this thing is gonna make you forget about the fear. Have you ever put something away, you forgot about it? Do that to the fear. Just put it away. Put it away, forget about it. And if it keeps coming up, just keep putting it away. Don't try to exert all this energy into a battle, into a fight. Just throw it away. Just put it under something. Just let it chill out for a while. And just let it hang out. Just let it be there. You don't have to be in denial about being fearful of something, except that you are afraid of something. But just don't let it stop you. Don't try to fight. Don't try to think you have to put on this battle or conquer it. Because fear is real. I can't remember who had that speech saying fear is not real. Fear is really real. Fear is real. Whatever you create in your mind is real. So if you create a fear about something in your mind, it's real. So, but that doesn't have to be the end of it. That's the thing. That doesn't have to be the end of it. You don't have to just stop there, and you don't have to fight it. You don't have to conquer anything. Just let the fear be there. And what's going to happen is, and I've done this. I've done stuff. I've like had a fear of something, and then left it alone, and then probably a year later or something, or months later, you go and do it, and you forgot you were afraid. You were initially afraid of it. You start wondering, why didn't I do this before? Why I never did this before? Well, you were afraid of it. You just totally forgot you were afraid of it. Through wisdom, through gaining more knowledge, through time, something made you forget that you were afraid of that thing. And then it becomes like laughable. And then of course you go into this other thing of like, man, I should have been doing that all the time. But that's exactly what happens. You do something that you didn't do in the past, and you wonder why. Well, it was probably because you had some fear of it, some fear of failing at it, some fear of what people are going to think of you for doing it. Some fear of how people are going to view you now because, well, was it last year? Wasn't he doing this thing last year? Now he's doing this. Fear of that. Fear of the perception of people going to think you're jumping from one thing to one thing, every year to a different thing. And then you just start doing stuff and you wonder, why did I even care before? Exactly. Why did you even care before? It wasn't that you didn't have a fear of it then. It's just that you stole that fear away and you don't have a fear of it now. So you didn't even have to battle that fear. You didn't have to go conquer and battle this fear then, because here's the thing. Here's the thing about almost any situation. When you are going to do something, a new venture, a new job, whatever it is, a date, a new house, a new car, whatever it is, only one or two things can happen. Either you're gonna do it or you're not. Those are only two things. Now, along with that, you can do it and do it badly. You can do it and do it good. Yeah, and you can not do it and then ponder on it forever, never to touch it again. Or you can not do it now and then do it later. Either way, you're going to either do it or not do it. That's the only two outcomes. So there's no in between. There's no I'm doing it or I want to battle this fear and do it. No, you either battle the fear, conquer the fear, or you just don't do it. And you stow that fear away. And then maybe later, you're going to do it because you totally forgot. And through evolution, through gaining more wisdom, through your as you get older, you give less of a shit what people think about you. Whatever the case may be, you may come back to it later, and then that fear is like tiny now. It was a big fear, but now it's like this, and you just step on it like an ant. It's no big deal. And I think for me, a lot of that just came with age, man. It just came with age. It came with like settling and still not being happy, and realizing like if you're not happy, if you're fearful of doing that, whatever that thing is, when you don't stow that fear or don't conquer that fear, it's not to say you're going to be happy not doing it. So you have to put the importance in the right place. What's more important? You doing it or not doing it? If doing it at that time is more important, then you're just going to conquer that fear, right? Or you're going to stow that fear. And I think stowing the fear is a better option because you don't have to exert any energy. Just do it. And know, okay, I have a fear of this. I'm going to do it. Okay, fear. I see you. You big and bad. I see you. Just hang out over there and growl and do all that at me. I'm going to do this. I know you're over there. I see you. I hear you. And I'm scared. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it anyway. And let the fear just be over there like grumbling and growling at you and trying to intimidate you and trying to frighten you. You just put it in the back of your mind. Just put it back there somewhere or in your pocket or in your fanny pack or in your backpack and just let it hang out. I mentioned fanny pack because I started to carry this fanny pack to put my cameras and stuff in, and my kids are like, Dad, no, you can't take that out. I'm like, man, who cares? I'm married and I got 3 daughters. Well, who am I trying to impress? I'm not trying to. It's functional. It's a functional piece of accessory. So anyway, so think stow your fear. Stow it. Just stow it, just stow it. Like acknowledge it, stow it, instead of trying to fight this battle. Don't do that. Just stow that fear and let it do its own thing over there. And then, see if you forget about it. All right, so that's it, man. That's it. That's the Motivational Monday. I have a big day. I finished one audiobook. I have another one that I'm going to finish today. I found two corrections that when I was going back to review it, I found 2 things that I want to correct, simple things. So I'm going to take care of that. And then I have about 10 auditions that I try to do 5 to 10 a day. And I have 10 that I want to get done. I may only do 5 because I have a lot of other stuff to do. So I may just keep it at 5 and then go from there. And then pick up the rest of them either later tonight or tomorrow. So that's it for the Motivational Monday. Tell us at straighttalkuncut.com is where you can send emails, questions, comments, whatever. I'm planning on getting a new email for that, a Gmail, if I can get it, a Gmail email address, just because it's shorter and maybe easier to remember. Good Fun shirts. I tried to hire my daughter this morning, driving her to school. I was like, hey, you want a job? And she was like, what? And I wanted her to be my uploader, to upload products on my shop. So we'll see how that goes, man. I don't know. When you're dealing with your kids, I don't know. I don't know how that's going to go. So yeah, go to goodfunshirts.com, buy something, support the channel. That's how I'm supporting the channel. I don't have any ads because I don't want to have to worry about not swearing or, I'm not like a sailor, but I don't want to be beholden to any advertiser or whatever and go through all that messiness. I do have some ideas about some of the formats, the daily formats I want to change. I may be implementing some new things. So just stay tuned, man. Like, share, subscribe, thumbs up if you like it. If you didn't like it, don't watch it. Go watch something else. Don't thumb down. Unless I'm I don't know. I've never thumbed down a video. I don't think I've ever thumbed down a video. I just say, okay, I just stop it or turn it off. What is the point of thumbing down a video? Unless there's a company or something that has a video out there and just blatantly wrong information. I don't know what's the reason to thumb down something that's free. It's like if you go to someone's house for a barbecue, they feed you, you didn't bring anything, and then you go to Yelp or something and leave a bad review, or go leave a bad review on your Facebook. Now, if you got sick or something and you think you were poisoned, that's different. But I'm saying it's like if you go to someone's house for dinner and then you go leave a free, you didn't bring anything. They invited you, and then you go to Facebook and then leave a review, a bad review. That's all for today. That's the Motivational Monday. Let me know what you guys think of stowing your fear. Stow it away instead of trying to conquer it. Let me know what you guys think. I think it's something worth talking about. Let me hear your interpretation of it. So, like I always say, I don't know a lot, but what I do know, I talk straight about. This has been Straight Talk Uncut. Thank you guys for listening and watching. Talk to you in the next episode.